From rock bottom to relentless, the power of implementation and identity. For many people, the problem is not a lack of knowledge, resources, or even ambition. It is simply that they are not tried enough yet. They have not hit rock bottom. They are not desperate or hungry enough to rise above the current version of themselves. And that's why consistency feels so elusive. Each day, we can find ourselves drowning in a whirlwind of distractions, excuses, and different versions of who we think we are. It is not just about waking up at 2 a.m. and hitting the grind. You can wake up early, get dressed, head to the gym, and still sit on your phone doing nothing. The real question is, are you implementing what you know? Are you applying what you have read, heard, and written down? Or are you just accumulating inspiration without transformation? A major obstacle to implementation is ambiguity. Many of us lack clarity not only about who we are but about where we are going and why we want to go there. Without identity, distraction, and purpose, effort feels forced. But once those foundational truths are locked in, everything changes. When you know who you are, why you exist, and where you are going, the grind becomes second nature. Early mornings, sleepless nights, skipped meals, none of it feels like sacrifice. It is alignment. Even when life knocks you flat on your back, that internal drive to get up and keep going remains unshaken. That's discipline, that's clarity, that's resilience built on values, directions, and purpose. Maybe this is your moment, the hour you stop waiting and start climbing, walk out of depression, run out of doubt, claw and crawl if you have to, but make today the day you rise. Show up, execute, forgive, love, build, create, believe, try again. Consistency is not the core question. Implementation is, execution is. Can you carry out what you know is right? Can you endure the uphill battle of becoming significant? Because anything truly worthwhile will always be uphill. It requires rewriting, redirection, and a complete turnaround in mindset. Success is not about taking notes or attending every conference. It is about follow through, no more depression, no more anxiety, no more blame, anger, or shame. Today is the day you say goodbye to complaining, to pride, to comparison, to procrastination, to all the self defeating narratives. It is time to stop negotiating yourself out of your destiny. We need accountability. We need people who are not afraid to call us out when we were off course. We need mentors, coaches, and a community that pushes us toward growth and excellence. We must make the investment in ourselves and in our circles so that we can perform optimally, not just professionally, but personally. Because it is the unseen work, the integrity, the discipline, the character behind closed doors that determines how we show up in the world. When the private is in order, the public follows. So again, the question is not just are you consistent? The real question is what are you consistent in? Because consistency is just a pattern, one you can apply to laziness, excuses, anger, or excellence. Choose wisely. Win again, the relentless pursuit of purpose, legacy, and greatness. In a world where people often wear masks and hide behind facades, it is easy to show up every day as the wrong version of ourselves, customed, camouflaged, and disconnected from purpose. We enter relationships for what we can gain, not what we can give. We move through life driven by envy, shaped by ego, and trapped in cycles of self sabotage. But beneath the layers, behind the hurt, doubt, and trauma, lies the real you, the version that's built for greatness. The question is not whether you can be consistent. We already proved that every day, whether in our destructive habits or the excuses we cling to. The question is, can you be consistent with the right things? Can you live with discipline, courage, and intention? Can you implement the plan, execute the mission, and rise to the call of destiny? Implementation is everything. It is the bridge between vision and reality, the battle between what you feel like doing and what must be done. And whether you are crying in your car, meditating in your closet, or pushing through one more rep in the gym, the resolve must be the same. This version of me is not enough for where I am going. It is time to evolve. We have been faithful to our fears, our failures, and our past. What if we could revere that faithfulness into building something beautiful? To stop living vicariously through others and finally walk in authenticity. You are not sentenced to your past, you have an opportunity to your future. Every day brings a choice. Hit snooze or get up. Scroll endlessly or build habits that matter. The life you want was not created itself. It is a product of the decisions you make daily. The ability to choose in our divine gift. A cat can only be a cat, but a human can change, a human can decide. Choose growth, choose boldness, choose to do the hard things, not because they are easy, but because they organize and measure the best of our energy and skill. And when you find something that serves your purpose, even if it hurts, do it again. Let that be your mantra. Again, push the weights again. Write the plan again. Show up again. Cry, bleed, sweat, and come back. Because with every again, you build mental strength, character, and legacy. Setbacks are part of the story, but only those who refuse to quit become legends. This is not just about trying, it is about winning again and again. It is about turning the comeback into consistency. You were not built to be noticed once. You were born to be great repeatedly. Not one moment of victory, but a lifetime of mastery. You want a better life. It is not going to happen by chance. It takes discipline, it takes grit, not just motivation, because motivation fades. But discipline, that is the foundation of everything meaningful. And the truth is simple. Show me your habits and I will show you your future. You want to make history, then shatter the ceiling above your head. Break records, defy odds, make the deal. Rewrite the narrative. You have been undervalued, underestimated, counted out. Now is your time. We all want the comeback, but few accept the price of the setback. We forget the hero's journey demands pain. It demands loss, but that some pain will birth perseverance, and from perseverance comes the warrior. From pain comes power, and from setbacks come wins. So this is your call to action. Win again, push again, fight again. Be bold again. The future does not belong to those who try. It belongs to those who say, I will. Not I will try to smile, but I will smile. Not I will try to succeed, but I will win again.